Hi, I'm David.
And I'm Alexa, and together we are Folk on the Move. We are a couple who travel full-time in our self-converted Ford Transit van that you see behind us. Normally the goal with our channel is to show you our tiny nomadic lifestyle as we seek simplicity and adventure, but this is a slight detour because we really wanted to share our build series and how we turned our empty cargo van into a tiny home on wheels.
Although we're not technically professional builders, we managed to convert this van using minimal materials and resources, and we're so proud of how it turned out.
Yeah.
We cannot wait to show you how we did it. So our goal with this series of van build videos is to be a resource if you're looking to convert your own van, or just entertaining if you're curious how we did it.
Everything that we used is linked below, as well as a link to our blog, folkonthemove.com. We're gonna have a write-up of all of these steps, so you can check that out too.
Let's do it.
This video details how we installed our Havelock Wool Insulation throughout our Ford Transit van. This project was time-consuming due to the amount of surface area we had to cover and the various nooks and crannies that we had to find and fill. We definitely recommend working with a partner. It will speed up the process tremendously and save your shoulders when it comes to insulating your ceiling.
Although it was tedious work, we had a lot of fun playing with the wool. So here's Alexa explaining why we chose Havelock Wool for our build.
We decided to go with Havelock Wool for our insulation. We chose this for a few reasons. It was super highly rated as good van insulation, so that was cool. It's really moisture absorbent, sound deadening, and eco-friendly, all things that we were hoping to find with our insulation. And I have really bad allergies, and I'm super just sensitive to stuff like that, so this felt like a really good choice for us in our little home. I love you, wool. The insulation process is fairly simple. Lightly pack wool into every cavity you find throughout your van. This will include the floor, walls, ceiling, and every nook and cranny. It's important to not pack the wool too tightly, however. Overpacked wool won't insulate as well as it's supposed to. Pro tip before you begin, wear gloves or some sort of protective handwear. The wool itself is super soft, but the cavities inside your van are sharp.
Each section of the van comes with its own unique challenges. The floor was the most straightforward. Simply fill in the gaps between the furring strips of your subfloor. Insulating the walls of our van was a bit more challenging. The walls have a variety of cavities that come in different sizes. Some are large and easy to access, others are very small and require a lot of creativity to reach. To reach these small cavities, we used thin, flexible rods that we had laying around our workspace to force bits of wool into the small cavities. This took a lot of time, but was effective in the end. Of course, filling the large cavities on the van is much easier. Just rip and stuff the wool until you have filled the cavity appropriately.
To insulate the 3 large bump outs on the van walls, we used duct tape to hold the wool in place. We chose to use the duct tape method for our ceiling as well. This was a task that was much easier to do with 2 people. One person holds the wool while the other duct tapes the bat in place. We used a liberal amount of duct tape. Don't forget to get all of those ceiling nooks and crannies as well.
The final areas to insulate in your van are the back and sliding doors. Our van came with black plastic covers that hid the cavities behind the doors, so we almost missed them. The black covers were easy to remove with just a little force, and from there it was a matter of filling in those cavities. We were concerned about the wool tangling around the opening and closing mechanisms of the doors, so we came up with a method of protecting them from the wool. While insulating these doors, we want to make sure that wool doesn't get tangled up in the mechanisms for opening and closing. So to protect them, using this old water jug, plastic, lasts forever, so should be fine to leave in there indefinitely. But basically just cutting out a rectangular piece to fit over that mechanism and then taping it in place until the wool is in. And then the wool and the wood paneling we finish with will hold that piece of plastic in place and keep the mechanism clean.
Overall, we are so happy with our decision to choose Havelock Wool to insulate our van. Like we said in the beginning, Havelock Wool is eco-friendly, it's moisture absorbent, it's non-toxic, has great thermal conductivity, it resists fire, it's long-lasting. I mean, the list goes on. It's just an amazing product overall. But most importantly, it's kept us so warm and cozy.
That's it. Thank you for watching. We really hope this video helps. And remember, all the materials and resources we mentioned are linked below, so check them out.
If you liked this video, please consider hitting that like button, as well as subscribing to our channel.
Oh yeah.
We're going to continue sharing our tiny nomadic lifestyle on here, and we would love to have you along for the ride.
See you soon.